Uh, how
I
all
got-
fields mix, like all energy mixes, all levels of function and consciousness and intelligence and etc. mixes all the time. So like if you had, Jesus was surrounded by a bunch of people who were just murdering each other. You have like, his what he stands for and whatever that was. That's like something entirely different from like the person beside it. And like Jesus was hung on a cross or whatever, and he's like he is such a different energy that like that single thing than like another person or whatever.
Yeah.
And those are mixing all the time. So it's like, you can't separate the van from the mountains. You can't separate like one entity from another because it all exists at once.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a bunch of like little things at once that are also mixes of all sorts of other things. So like you have these like pure things in the middle, but there's a bunch of stuff like bouncing off it, from every possible angle and more that we can't even pick up. So like, this paper it has a relation to the table, to my hand, to the light, to the air, to
how we use it,
infinitely everything else.
Every like just where it came from,
So to like hone in on it, the thing that is within there is so incredibly tiny. And the only reason anything is big is because there's everything else.
And it's the awareness of like, okay, what are the subtleties I could notice in terms of the existence of this paper, right? and I can see it just as like as I was looking at the van. It's like I can be with the dog first, and there's this essence of dog, and then there's essence even of the dog's nose, and all these different labels, right? Or not labels, but perspective, and then or perception, and then it could be the whole car, and then the whole mountains, and then the world, and then